Hello and welcome to Hank Games without Hank. Before we get to the video, I played a game without you guys watching, and I scored the greatest own goal I've ever scored in my entire life. This is the watch. Can we please see the replay? Here it is. Okay, it's scored by Callum Kennedy, and it was a beauty. See, he makes the save, but he makes the save in such a way that the ball goes into the net. Can we get it one more time, please? It was a one-on-one situation with the keeper, and then Callum Kennedy. Oh, good lord! Callum Kennedy tackles his own goalkeeper. It's an own goal for the ages. But the important thing, the critical thing, from the perspective of the Wimbly Womblys, is that despite that, we won the game. We beat Southend United 3-1, a 9.6 performance from the great Liam Trotter. So I'm full of hope and expectation and enthusiasm. Today's topic, for those of you who don't know, by the way, there's the league table in case you're interested. We're on top of it in League One right now. There's a long way to go. Seth Owens has a request. I don't want to criticize any of the Wimbly Wombly players because I know they're all based on real people and everything, but some of these players have a lot of requests. What's your request, Seth? Hey, boss. I was hoping me, a 19-year-old left back with 53 overall skill, might be able to play. No, Seth, you're a future first-team player. That's why I call you a future first-team player. And no, I don't want to leave the game. That's just so you guys know, I'm not just bad at the playing part of it. I'm also bad at this part of it. I just got to make sure that, that looks like a reasonable starting 11 to me. Let's give it a go against Rochdale. For those of you who don't know, this is a YouTube series in which I solve people's problems, and today's problem comes from Project for Awesome donor Hannah, who writes, I am painfully introverted and need a lot of time by myself. Oh, Hannah, you and me both. God, alone time is just the best. But I still want to have close friends and relationships. Again, you and me both. I'm a student at NYU, a city school. Oh, that sounds hard, which means that I don't have a campus that would force me to befriend people, and I rarely... Do you guys want to see me do advanced dribbling bronze? No, you don't. Okay, perfect. Great. I'm going to hit start then. I rarely see people I know unless I make plans with them. This is hard when I only get into a social mood about once a week, and I wonder if I forced myself to see people when I'm not feeling social, I might end up just being a party pooper. Is it possible for someone like me to make friends or have a relationship, or should I just accept myself as a hermit? Hannah, I can so relate to this question, although I did not go to NYU. I didn't get in. I went to a small liberal arts school in Ohio where I was forced to be with people all the time. Like I had a roommate, and, you have to share. I have to say the handshake quality is better. Look at that DFTBA Nerdfighteria patch. My lord. There's a lot of things about FIFA that aren't good, but the quality of the patches are excellent. Look, it's Mr. Managerino. He's at work. I'm at work. We've got Gumney out on playing right back today. He's excited. We've got John Green up front. I'm trying to make a lot of things work, 4-4-2 wise, in terms of our formation. It's been a mixed blessing so far, but I'm hopeful. So I went to a school where I did have to talk to people, and that was somewhat intentional, because I wanted to try to, I guess, get better at it. But lots of times I felt, like I didn't want to socialize, not just then, really in all parts of my life. Oh, that was a nice job. Uh-oh. Guys, my controller is shaking, and it won't stop. Something terrible has happened. Can you hear this? My controller won't stop shaking. So it's just going to be a really intense... maybe this will make me better. Maybe a constantly shaking controller is what I've been waiting for this whole time. Maybe that's what's been standing between me and being properly good at FIFA. Oh, this is uncomfortable. Good lord, it feels like I'm holding a dove giving birth. Anyway, I'm familiar with the feeling of wanting a lot of alone time, but at the same time, wanting close relationships and close friendships and needing that. I'm an introverted person, but I'm also a social person. I want to have, in my case, I want to have really close relationships. Those are the relationships I value the most. I don't need a lot of casual, small talky stuff, but I do need people who, as my friend Marina says, will go deep. You know, people who will want to go deep with me and who I can talk to about the stuff that really matters to me, like how bad I am at defending once they're in the box. It's still happening. Can you hear that? It's pretty intense, and I assume that we're gonna just have to deal with it till the end of the video. So I am committed to figuring this out. Oh, get there! That was almost good. That was almost good, but Ball John Green then makes an extremely unnecessary slide tackle. So how I've handled this in my own life is by when I get those. That's a really good job. Hold on, Hana. Hold on. Oh my God, that was wretched. Trotter, you're not on a 9.6 today, buddy. That was horrible. It's the only word for it. I almost want to substitute you off at the 23-minute mark, but I'm not going to. I guess the way that I've dealt with it in my own life is by when I get those relationships, I try to prioritize them and value them. But that doesn't really help you because the truth is, like, I think those relationships are hard to develop. They're hard to develop in adulthood. They're hard to develop when you're in college. They're hard to develop when you're a kid, unless you are like lucky enough to have that with like a sibling or your parent. They're just hard. They're hard to find. And it is that's the thing that I found most uncomfortable about being a college student and being in my early 20s was that lack. I felt a lack of kind of consistency in those core relationships. I felt like I didn't feel comfortable or get there, John Green. Oh, it's frustrating. Didn't feel comfortable in those relationships. I didn't feel stable. I didn't feel stable and secure in them. And that is just a hard thing to do. And I think my hope is that I am going to try to solve your problem, Hana, but my real hope is that feeling less alone in the problem might be some kind of consolation, because it's just really difficult, and I don't think there's any kind of like magic to it. I wouldn't worry so much about being a party pooper. It's gotta be, and it is off the post, for the love of God. So I don't think there's a magical solution to this. I wish there were, but I don't think there is. I don't think you should worry about being a party pooper. I don't think you should worry about, especially if you have friends who are like you or friends who understand, your personality type, which you probably will. I mean, I think that, those are probably going to be the kinds of people you end up being drawn to anyway. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not an expert in your life, Hana. I'm just a guy who can't get his controller to stop shaking. I mean, let's face it, I'm outside my area of expertise here, but I do think I don't think you should worry about that. And some of my closest relationships at that age were with people with whom I could also just be very quiet and could have kind of quiet time in peaceful, companionable silence, I think is what my friend Elise Marshall calls it. It is very valuable to have companionable people with whom you can have companionable silence. And so I guess I would look to develop some of those relationships. But in terms of solving your problem, it sounds like you have friends and you have people you like, which is good. Oh, goodness gracious. That's actually a harder problem to solve. I think what helps me is making kind of somewhat regular plans with those people and then, going to brunch or whatever, even when I don't necessarily totally want to, because I'm usually glad that I did. If I'm not getting enough social interaction, it usually sort of like can, sort of fill me up or feed me for a while. I mean, I get almost all of my energy from being alone, right? But there are big benefits. It's a lung busting run, and then what the frick? And then it's a slow motion goal. It's everything I dreamt it would be. It's absolutely magnificent. Why is nobody celebrating with John Green? Hold on. Why does it still say 0-0? Why was John Green celebrating by himself? And they're claiming How come I didn't score a goal there? I'm very confused. Was it offside? Was it somehow deemed immoral because of the slowness at which it happened? I'm confused and I'm upset and... Oh, guys, I figured it out. I don't know. Oh, no, it's back. Wait, I can turn it off. Oh, but then I don't. I see. Okay, hold on. Actually, can we go back? Yeah, I guess I'm just going to... When I turn it back to Xbox so that I can actually control the... All right, I'm making a substitution. It's really hard to hold this controller. Can I make a substitution, please? Thank you. All right. No, can I make a substitution, please? Good Lord. Okay. Yeah, make substitutions. It's Trotter. He has to come off. And I think we're going to bring on a striker in his place. I think we're going to bring on... What we're going to do is we're going to make John Green kind of a deep lying... Yeah, we're just going to do that. And then maybe Barcham comes off for like an Abdu type character, and maybe Parrot comes on for Frankham. I like it. It's weird and it doesn't make any sense, and I'm going to get a lot of flack for it in comments, but making 3 substitutions all at once is the absolute right thing to do right now. And George Frankham's race has been run. He's tired, and we are going to go win this game with the shaking controller, which is just excruciatingly uncomfortable. So that's the first thing that you're going to do, Hana, is you're going to make commitments to see people on a semi-regular basis, and then you're going to do it. And if it's too much, then you're going to not do it, because whatever, people don't mind. They understand. I think in general people are pretty understanding of this stuff. So yeah, that's the first thing. And then the second thing that you're going to do is you're going to... I don't know if this works for you. This is something that I've done, though. I target people I want to be friends with who I'm not friends with. Targeting is a weird word to use in that situation. But there are people in my life who I really, really like who I don't know well, right? And I think to myself, man, every time I hang out with that person, I really enjoy myself, and I wish that I saw more of them. And then I try to make an effort to see more of those people in my life. That was a good time. There was a John Green to pass to, but it didn't come off. And if this is a 0-0 draw after all of the shaky controller that I've been holding, it's so physically uncomfortable, and I don't win the game, I'm going to be devastated, especially since I've already celebrated a goal. I was halfway through the John Green song when I found out. I still don't know what was wrong. I still don't know what I did wrong. Can you still hear it? It's still happening. All right, we gotta score a goal here. So find the people who you like. If there is a person who you really like, who for whatever reason you just haven't become close to yet, try to make a point of seeing that person more regularly. And that's a great pass from a husband to a husband, and it just doesn't quite work. All right, it's at the 80th minute. It's been an extremely frustrating game. I can empathize with Hana more than I think I can solve your actual problem. But I also think that as you live in a place longer, this is the other thing I wanted to say. As you live in a place longer, as you feel better connected to the place and the people who live there, some that problem, like, I think to an extent solves itself. But honestly, I lived in New York for 2 years, and it I never quite found a solution to it. Because I often felt it's weird. I mean, New York is such a cliche, but New York is such a big town, but it is also a town in which it is so easy to feel lonely. To the back post! No, pass, don't shoot. And wait for it, wait for the pass to come off. Yes, make a turn. John Green! God! Better than that. That's a frustrating experience, and it's going to be a 0-0 draw, and my hands are they are in so much pain. Hold on. Is there one more chance? Is there... Go! John Green! You had it, buddy. You had it. You had your chance. Oh. Why do they emphasize the male toilets in the stadium? I don't understand why that's the angle they choose. Anyway, I'll tell you what I love. I love the love between John Green and John Green. That is beautiful, even if this game of football was not. Oh, look, it's Camps. Thanks for watching. Best wishes.